Join WFYI Live in Martin University for a screening of the film Becoming Thurgood Marshall, America's Social Architect on November 4th at Martin University. To learn more about this free event, visit wfyi.org/live.
WFYI podcasts are brought to you by Bloomington, Indiana. Experience the holiday season by exploring unique downtown shops, experiencing local artisan markets, and enjoying one of the many seasonal performances. Plan a winter getaway and discover more holiday happenings at visitbloomington.com.
Last weekend, Terre Haute, Indiana hosted two of the most prominent political figures in the United States, Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Sanders was here to receive the Eugene V. Debs Award.
In my opinion, Eugene Victor Debs is one of the great figures in American history.
Born in 1855, Eugene Debs was raised in Terre Haute, Indiana. Debs was a political activist, trade unionist, founding member of the Industrial Workers of the World, and a 5-time Socialist Party presidential candidate. In 1962, the Debs Foundation was established in Terre Haute to preserve Debs' legacy. Since 1965, the foundation has presented the annual Eugene V. Debs Award to individuals and organizations whose work advances the causes of labor rights, peace, and human equality. Past recipients include Kurt Vonnegut, Coretta Scott King, Dolores Huerta, Howard Zinn, Pete Seeger, and Ralph Nader. This year's award winner, Senator Bernie Sanders, highlighted Debs' critique of wealth inequality.
Let me just take a moment to review some of the remarkable insights that Debs had over 100 years ago, insights which are absolutely as relevant today. Here's what Eugene Victor Debs said. I am opposing a social order in which it is possible for one man who does absolutely nothing that is useful to amass a fortune of hundreds of millions of dollars, while millions of men and women who work all the days of their lives secure barely enough for a wretched existence.
Sanders is a longtime advocate of Debs' work. In 1979, he produced one of the first documentaries on Debs' life. An audio recording of the film was released by Folkways Records during that same year.
I am opposed to every war but one. I am for that war with heart and soul, and that is the worldwide war of the social revolution. In that war, I am prepared to fight in any way the ruling class may make necessary.
Sanders recalled his first visit to Terre Haute.
So my first visit to Terre Haute with my little camera was to go to the Debs Museum, take all kinds of pictures, and do a video of him. So there are a number of people who think Debs had a very strong Brooklyn accent. And I apologize to the people of Indiana for that.
The Debs Award was presented to Sanders by U.S. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
My favorite part of this evening is that Bernie's stuck here, so he's going to have to listen to me say a lot of nice things about him, and he can't leave. It is such an honor to be here today and to be in community with hundreds of people who have been dedicated and are dedicated to keeping the light of class consciousness alive in America.
She drew parallels between the work of Sanders and Debs.
He carried that light of Debs and class struggle throughout his entire life through several political campaigns, starting in the state of Vermont, built on a staunch message and conviction of economic dignity and civil rights for the working class.
The event attracted over 700 attendees, including labor leaders, union members, and political activists. The crowd participated in the recitation of the Debs Credo, an excerpt from his famous 1918 anti-war speech in Canton, Ohio.
And please join me in reciting the creed. While there is a lower class, I am in it. While there is a criminal element, I am of it. While there is a soul in prison, I am not free.
The ceremony was bookended by music. The event began with a performance from the local Honeys, a traditional folk music duo from Kentucky. The local Honeys performed a powerful rendition of Which Side Are You On?, an iconic protest song written in 1931 by union activist Florence Reese.
We're fighting for our contract, we're fighting to be free. The picket line is a long line, there's room for you and me. Which side are you on? 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 If you don't want to spend your life down in an old coal mine, I'll see you in the morning down on the picket line. Which side are you on? 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 Don't scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. If working folks will stand a chance unless we organize. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
And the event ended with the union anthem, Solidarity Forever. The song was led by Sarah Nelson, international president of the Association of Flight Attendants.
So you have your verses, but to start out for our railroad workers, I gotta start with this one. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving midst the wonders we have made. But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
After the ceremony, I spoke with Bernie Sanders, and he shared his thoughts on the significance of the award.
It was a real honor to receive the Debs Award from the foundation here. Indiana gave this country, in my view, one of the most outstanding people in the history of this country. Debs not only spent his life fighting for working class people, organized them in an unprecedented way, but also had a vision for this country which is as relevant today as it was back when he was alive. And he wanted to see a nation where ordinary people had the power, not a handful of very, very wealthy people. He wanted to see a nation in which all of our people had a decent standard of living, a world in which we did not go around killing each other in unnecessary wars. So Indiana should be very proud of Eugene V. Debs.
I also asked Sanders how an activist and organizer like Eugene V. Debs would be received today under the Trump administration.
Well, Eugene Debs was a great organizer, and he would be organizing millions of people to tell Donald Trump that too many people fought and died to defend this country, that we're not going to move to an authoritarian society. We have a First Amendment, we have a Constitution, and apparently that is something that Donald Trump is not familiar with.
And finally, I asked Sanders about an issue affecting all of WFYI's listeners in Indianapolis, Lafayette, Crawfordsville, and Terre Haute: the defunding of public media.
President Trump and our governor here in Indiana, Mike Braun, have taken away the funding from public media. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do. Look, Trump is busy suing all kinds of media. He's trying to intimidate the media. He has defunded NPR is defunded PBS. This is a president who does not want critiques. He does not understand that in a democracy, when you're an elected official, that is what you expect. That's what democracy is about. You disagree with me? Fine. I don't punish you. I argue with you. I debate with you. But this president, again, I think is undermining our Constitution, is acting illegally virtually every day. He's busy giving massive tax breaks, $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1%, going to throw 15 million people off their health care, going to double premiums, for all of the people who are on the ACA, and that is an outrage. We need a government of the people, by the people, for the people. That's what Lincoln said. That's what Debs was about, not a government of the billionaires.
After our conversation, Sanders went back to his hotel. He was scheduled to speak the next day in New York at a rally for Zoran Mamdani. Special thanks to Brandon Dothager, Sam Barloga, Kaiza Goodman, and Carla Lopez Owens for making this story possible. And special thanks to the sound crew, Brady and Pat. We'll end this look back at the 2025 Eugene V. Debs Awards with more music from the local Honeys. We'll listen to their performance of Cigarette Trees.
Thank you all so very much for having us. This is Montana Hobbs from Lee County, Kentucky, on the 5-string banjo for y'all. My name is Linda Jean Stokely. I'm from Woodford County, Kentucky. We are Kentuckians, born and bred, as they say. We are your Commonwealth representatives this evening. We're very proud to be here. This song we're about to play is a song that we've been playing together for almost 15 years now. It's a song that tells the story of one of the largest chemical spills in recorded history. In the year 2000 in Martin County, Kentucky, a sludge pond spill busted and absolutely decimated part of our home. And to put this in perspective, if you don't know what sludge is the byproduct of mining bituminous coal throughout our region. It makes this black tarry substance. People don't know what to do with it. They put them into deep mines and then they exploded. So they had to dam it all up into these man-made lakes and ponds. So when this dam busted, it absolutely eradicated an entire region of eastern Kentucky. To put this in perspective, this spill was 90 times larger than the Exxon Valdez spill that happened off the coast of Alaska in the 90s. It barely made Kentucky news, let alone national attention. The coal company that was responsible for this malpractice at that time was charged $2,500 for absolutely ruining these people's lives. So, this is a song that Montana and I have been singing on every stage and every platform that we can to share the resilience and the humility of the people in Martin County. This is a song that I wrote several years ago, and I think it keeps telling the same story because that happened in the year 2000. It's 25 years later, and these people all across eastern Kentucky do not have access to reliable, clean drinking water. And we're part of this great nation. And there's still pockets of our country that don't have reliable, clean water. And that's not so great. Thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate you. This is Cigarette Trees. Top off that sludge pond, run black through our sinks, heavy on the corn when we fill up our drinks. Dig out our coal, turn it into cash, starve out our homelands, but keep your wallets fat. Shake down our houses with your big old drag lines and bury our families deep in the mines. Why not plant cigarette trees? They burn faster than you'd log these. Fill up them valleys, slurry them streams. A big old king coal, don't you lose any sleep. That big old mountain with your broad form deed. Kill animal and human, ever plant an herb. You can't help believe the sky, we can still flip you the bird. What will we do with no mountains to climb? And you disappear when you shut down the mines. Pray God gives you mercy, the place you should dwell. You don't burn like coal when you're sentenced to hell. Why not plant cigarette trees? They burn faster than you'd log these. Fill up them valleys, slurry them streams. A big old king coal, don't you lose any sleep.
That was the Local Honeys with Cigarette Trees, recorded live at the Eugene V. Debs Awards in Terre Haute, Indiana. The Local Honeys will be performing in Indianapolis on November 8th at Duke's.
Join WFYI Live in Martin University for a screening of the film Becoming Thurgood Marshall, America's Social Architect on November 4th at Martin University. To learn more about this free event, visit WFYI.org/live.